Hello everybody and welcome back to the Night Garden. We're gonna do something a little bit different. We are doing a tier list so that we can figure out what our favorite Pokemon is and then draw that Pokemon.
Yeah.
So we're doing a little bit of a rest before the art today. It's not an official noob versus pro, but I hope that you guys find this fun. We needed a little bit of a chillax time.
Yeah, chillax time. As you can see, here is the grid that we will be using. All of the different generations along the sides, all of the different types, and we will be going at this for a while. We're only going to do one generation at a time because that's a lot of Pokemon. Alright.
So who are we doing first?
We will go right down the line with our red, blue, green, and yellow. So this is original Gen 1, 151 of the Pokemans.
Okay.
You can start us off. So with a normal type, what are we looking at?
With a normal type, we are looking at a couple different ones. Personally, I really enjoy the Meowth line, I like Farfetch'd, and I like Eevee the most. But between all of them, I don't think there's much of a contest because, like, when it came to the anime, I was absolutely obsessed with Team Rocket, so I have to go with my boy Meowth.
Oh, Team Rocket's Meowth. The one that turned Meowth from a sitting down kitty cat to a standing
kitty cat. And he was also from Long Island.
Oh my god. Sure.
He talked like that.
Well, I'll be sorry after seeing your face. Stay focused. Remember, meow.
Meowth.
Alright, and here's me. What do I think in terms of this? So, Eevee is good. Ditto's a great guy. He's just a little blob. Snorlax is also really great. I gotta go with, I had Pokemon Blue. Meowth was, like, my favorite because he was just a little cat and I was very young when we played this. So I'm going with Meowth.
My first Pokemon game was Pokemon Yellow, actually. I just missed Red and Blue.
Okay. Moving on to fire types.
Fire types. So there's a lot of good fire types in Gen 1 too. I really enjoy Vulpix. And Ninetales, honestly. I love the Charmander line. I was obsessed with Arcanine for a long time. I love this dumb little fire dog. When I first got into Pokemon, I was into the trading card game more than I was into the actual, like, video games. And when MySpace was a thing, I actually made a fake trading card of myself as Arcanine.
Counterfeit?
Yeah.
Alright, we got our fire dog. And as for me, they are pretty cool. I like the idea of a fire force and stuff, but the Charmander line, my first Pokemon that I picked was actually Charmander. And of the three, I actually thought that Charmeleon was kind of the coolest one. I liked that he got that little horn. He got kind of scary looking. So I'm going to go with Charmeleon.
Okay. Then we're on to our water types, which there are a lot of water types in Gen 1.
Yeah, in general, the type that has the most Pokemon in it, I think, is water.
There are a lot of great Pokemon in water types. I love Tentacool. He was wicked. Cloyster was always really neat. I liked how he was just this little guy. He reminded me of Ghastly, but with a shell. I've always really liked the Blastoise, Wartortle, Squirtle line too as starters, and then Misty's Psyduck was one of my favorite Pokemon for a while because I absolutely adored the anime growing up. Out of all of these, Gyarados has my heart.
Ooh, Gyarados. Alright.
Gotta go with my little useless fish that turned into a literal dragon.
Right, no, he's not a literal dragon. He's not a dragon type.
He's not a dragon type, but he is essentially a dragon.
Essentially doesn't mean shit. So for me, I did a Nuzlocke, and a Slowpoke was on my team, and I was streaming at this time. People had redeemed not to let me evolve any of my Pokemon, so I got stuck with a Slowpoke, and he was the greatest asset on my team ever. I love the little Slowpoke line. Like, look at him, he's just a little guy. He's like,
super cute.
So, Slowpoke. Grass.
Grass types. So this isn't even like a thought for me. I have to go with Vileplume. Oddish was like my favorite grass type for the longest time. I also really enjoy Victory Bell. Just grass types are great, but I've always really liked Vileplume.
Yeah, I really like the pitcher plant idea. I love Bulbasaur and Ivysaur out of these guys, but I think I really gotta go with Paris, because I have a bug bias.
You do have a bug bias.
And I think Paris is super cool because of Legends Arceus, him becoming like this demon. Not many to pick from.
There's not many to pick from. I do really enjoy Zapdos. I do really enjoy Electrode. I used to always use Self-Destruct and just let my Pokemon faint because I'm awful. But I gotta go for Jolteon because I have an Eevee bias.
Eevee. Yeah, there really isn't a variety of electric, so I'm gonna go with the Zapdos here. Ice!
Not even a contest, it's Articuno.
I'm actually in agreement with you there. Like, if Articuno wasn't an option, it'd probably be Lapras or Dugong, because the other two, just not feeling them.
It would be Lapras or Cloyster for me, honestly.
Fighting
types, I never really enjoyed fighting types all that much, but if I were to pick out of any of these, I'd say Poliwrath.
And when I was playing the game and when I was a kid, I actually played Pokemon with my friends on the playground, and I would roleplay as Hitmonlee. And I literally jumped off of a bench and kicked a friend in the middle of the back.
You were a violent child.
You wouldn't have known.
Alright, poison types. There are a ton of awesome poison types, honestly.
Lots of the grass types link into poison, though.
Yeah. Gotta go with Weezing here, I think. Again, because of Team Rocket.
Oh, man. I really like the Nido line. And Nidoqueen, Nidoking, I had a bias towards the opening animation on the Pokemon games being Nidorino versus, like, Gengar. I have a bias towards Nidorino here.
Alright, ground type. So this was another one that I really didn't enjoy all that much. Like, there are a couple of Pokemon here that I liked when I played. Like, I really enjoyed Sandslash. I thought he was cute. Diglett was always adorable. But I gotta go for Marowak here.
Cubone's dead mom! Since I went with Nidorino earlier, I'm gonna go with Nidoking right here, because I said so.
Okay.
Flying
type. I think I have to go... Let me go with Moltres here.
Ooh, Firebird. Alright, and me, it's no contest, Farfetch'd. He was absolutely my favorite on my original team.
Duck with a leak.
Duck with a leak.
Psychic is one of my favorite types, so this is actually kind of hard for me. I have had 0 spoons lately, so I gotta go with Alakazam, because he's got the spoons I need.
He's got the spoons you need. I think I gotta go with my Slowboy yet again, honestly. Slowboy. Bug!
I gotta go with Scyther here. I do really enjoy Beedrill as well. Scyther was always so cool.
Yeah. And for me, Bug is one of my absolute favorite types. I love Venomoth, so I really want to pick Venomoth here. Rock types.
Rock, ground, fighting, they weren't my favorites. Out of any of these, I gotta go with one of the fossils. Praise Helix, Amistar.
Well, I'm gonna go against the Helix and go Dome it up, boy!
Well,
with
fine.
Tops. Ghost type.
Ghost type, do I even need to answer?
No. I'm in agreement there. Haunter is quite honestly one of the best ghosts.
Gengar is a letdown after Haunter, honestly.
A little bit. Who's a real letdown after Dragonair? That's another one where it's like, I don't even think I need to ask.
Nope. You're right.
It's such a pretty design.
And then
he just kind of turns into Pete's Doopy Dragon.
Like, I almost feel like Altaria would be a more logical jump from Dragonair.
Alright, so there weren't dark types in the original game, so they added in the fossils that you can see in the museums, missing the substitute doll, and Cubone's dead mom ghost.
Give me one of the Skele-Aerodactyls.
Skele-Aerodactyl.
Yeah.
And I think that the substitute doll is adorable. Steel type, technically also not in Gen 1, but
yeah, Magneton.
Retroactively given. Oh, and I'm going with the cute one, because I like little cute guys.
I just find it funny that there are 3 of them stuck together.
Fairy, again, not a type that was in original gens, but
Right. I gotta go with Clefairy here.
I'm in agreement there. Clefairy is honestly competitively also viable, which makes it really cool to me.
I honestly really like Jigglypuff too, but I like Clefairy better, I think.
Now, of the starter types...
Venusaur.
Woof, that was quick.
I would always play with the grass starter when I was younger.
I like Ivysaur. I think he's like an angsty teen. I'm taken up. Gimmick forms are ones that were introduced later, where they are Gigantamax,
right?
Mega
but
Evolutions.
They're still technically Gen 1, just retroactively given. I do like the Mega Alakazam, and I love...
It's got even more spoons for you.
It does. I love the Slowbro that's just sticking out of its own tail.
Help!
Help me! Help! Longcat is great, but I think honestly I have to stick with my bias and go with Mega Gengar.
You don't want Funhouse Gengar?
Mm-mm.
I gotta go with Long Cat. Okay, so next legendaries.
Mew.
Mew is pretty great. And for me, the legendaries really didn't stand out too much, so I'm just...
But I mean, if you've ever watched Pokemon 2000, you had that collective generational trauma.
Yeah. That's very true. Zapdos.
Wow.
And now we've reached the culmination of Generation 1.
Again, I don't even have to answer this. You know it already.
I do.
It's Haunter.
It's Haunter. You have a bias towards ghost types.
I do. I love ghost types.
And for me, honestly, I have a bias towards bugs. It's really like Slowpoke, Paris, and Venomoth would really be within my tops here.
I'd be interested to see how you would draw a Venomoth.
Right, Venomoth is super cool, but I think I'm gonna go with my little guy just because he made Legends Arceus something that I actually continued playing. So I gotta go with Paris here.
Sounds good.
And there we have it, our 2 tier lists, and now we're going to move on and draw our respective guys.
Yeah, let's draw our respective guys. Are you excited to draw Paris?
No.
No?
He's complicated.
He is.
He's segmenty. But why don't you get us into it?
Alright, that sounds good. Let's get started. So, we've basically got a circle to start with. And I just yelled at you about not using your tools, but...
Yeah, circle tool. Come on,
do
it. Where is it? Come on.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Use your tools. Make it easier on yourself.
He's not a perfect circle.
Is anything? Got him.
I'm gonna kick your butt.
No, my butt. My ball. My ball. My butt.
Why are you like this?
My ball.
Alright, let's, have the spiky come back like that.
It's got Phoenix right here, I just realized.
A little bit, right?
I think you need to draw him doing an objection point now.
Oh, no. Alright. Got some spikies.
You know what else he reminds me of? A Final Fantasy bomb.
A little bit.
Because they just have floating arms, and they're just little blobs of particles and mass, and they can be different elementals, too. They're not always fire bombs.
Right. Sometimes they're like water bombs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Alright. Me flip. He's looking pretty okay.
Oh, it's actually Shadow the Hedgehog.
How many things does he look like without actually...
Faker. I think you're the fake hedgehog here.
Oh my gosh.
Look at him. Or maybe he's not... Maybe he's not Shadow. Maybe he is... what's his name? Is it Zero? No, I don't know the names beyond Sonic Adventure 2.
The truth is, do you care about the names past Sonic Adventure 2?
I don't know. The Team Chaotix is kind of cool with Espio and...
You're talking gibberish to me right now.
Espio's a chameleon. He's a ninja.
You're a ninja.
Am I?
No. Alright. Get some of those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at him.
He's got a big old mouth.
Yep. And we gotta get some of his spiky teeths.
I like that his teeth aren't like teeth. They're just his upper lip and bottom lip.
Right?
Man, the Haunter from the comics, when, like, one of the comics that I used to have, had, I think it was, like, the Electric Tales of Pikachu or something.
I have those upstairs
And
still.
there is a story about a giant Haunter, like, absolutely, like, Gigantamax size Haunter before Gigantamax was ever even a concept. And it was, like, totally scary. Like, it was drawn so scarily, and they had to, like, make a giant Pokeball to try and catch it.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, it was a freaky story, and I can't remember exactly why this Haunter was so huge or anything. But yeah, it was freaky.
Get that claw in there.
Objection. Is the other hand gonna be objecting?
Maybe. I haven't decided yet.
Although yours doesn't look as Phoenix Wrighty as like
Some of these other ones.
actual.
Alright.
Also, objection means you have to drop hand that's pointing.
Yeah, I also don't like that hand I just did, so...
Delete.
Delete your art.
Delete your art.
Yep.
Delete your art.
If it isn't clear by now that we're
Big
fans of Drawfee.
Oh my gosh.
It's hard because the hand is just kind of floating. It's not attached to anything.
That should make it easier. You don't have to worry about wrists.
Wrists make things grounded.
It's not... It's literally levitating.
You know what? I didn't come here for your sass.
You came to get roasted.
That hand is gigantic.
Yowie hands.
Pretty much.
What'd that tongue do?
More than you can handle, boy.
Whoa!
Alright. I don't know exactly where I want to, like, put the hand on this side because, like, I don't want to block the cute little tail I gave him.
You could put him up high and be like... Or, like, farther back. Like, if he's zooming and his hands just kind of, like, trail behind him to try and catch up. Oh, maybe he's Naruto running. Three fingies.
Three fingies. I like that.
He's cute. He's cute.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good. But now I drew him... I drew him with the canvas flipped, so now I want him to be that way. Alright, let's get some line art in here.
Dang.
I'm gonna up my stabilization a bit. My shoulder hurts because I've been drawing traditionally today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move that spike back just a little bit because I have a tangent happening with this eyeball.
Oh no.
And then we'll get my thick lines out of the way first. Thick. And then...
I think what'll actually be cool when we get on to the next ones is if we keep this file on hand and keep adding our favorites to this
to the whole thing.
to the same canvas every single time.
I think that'd be really cool.
Because then by the end we'll be able to see our
ultimate favorites.
Our ultimate favorites. Yeah.
No, I don't like that. What did I do here? I see what I did.
Yeah, you gave him a Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's supposed to be
Spike.
further over. Yeah.
Oh, you're taking away that central
Yeah.
spike. 'Cause, yeah, that doesn't look quite right. He's got a, he's, like, balding. What's his name? Hidachi? From Tekken?
Yeah, right?
The Phoenix, right? Because there's nothing going on down the center, but everything's on the sides.
Yeah. Alright, there's my thick lines.
Thick boy.
Thick boy. And then let's get our detail lines in here. Alright. Yeah, I like that thought.
Look at this guy. I really like him. He's so cool looking.
Oh, thank you.
He's so pissed. Who's he trying to get?
You know, I don't know.
He's making his way downtown.
Flying fast.
People pass.
And he's homebound.
I should have said to lick that ass.
Shut up.
What?
I'm gonna actually change this up a little bit. Because I want that chin to be a little bit more defined. And I'm gonna add a little bit of my own thing here.
Chinny boy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's pretty, He's one of those guys that has two different sized pupils and is just kind of a little, loopy.
Right.
Oh, he's got baggy eyes even in death? Jeez.
Listen, the exhaustion is real. He was so tired of his shit, he had to come back from the dead just to tell you off a little bit longer.
Damn. Talk about a vengeful spirit. Oh shit. Now he's not nearly as cute.
No.
Now he's just out for blood.
I hate this eye. This eye is not doing it for me.
Is it because it's like higher than the other one?
No.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do see what you're talking about. I think it's more because of the way that it's angled. There we go. Let me hide those marching ants. That looks much better.
Yeah, I think so too. Pissed. Who hurt you?
Whoever killed him.
Oh, was he killed?
He's a ghost type.
I mean, you don't have to be killed to be a ghost. You just die. It's funny because the Ghastly line is like gaseous ghosts, so he's essentially like an angry fart.
Yeah, basically. Alright, let me make this my reference layer, and then... make it real quick on myself.
Alright, and a pink tongue.
Yep.
Oh my god.
That's too pink.
That's like Courage the Cowardly Dog level of freaking.
That looks better.
Pink.
Yeah, right? That was really bright.
I think it'd be more of a salmon color. Don't forget his, yeah, it's that little inner portion.
Yeah, that little portion I specifically threw in, and then I just need to fix some of these little holes that were left.
I know how I got these scars.
By dealing with your bullshit. Alright, let me... Do.
There's a little bit right there, too.
Yep. Alright, and now...
There's a little bit more on his...
Thank you.
Oh, his other fingies.
Yep.
His fingertips.
Too sharp.
That one, too. A little bit. Ah, he drool. I just
He do.
noticed that.
Alright, let me...
He is, like, both adorable and endearing.
And terrifying?
Like, terrifying at the same time, yeah.
I'm almost done already.
Uh-oh, he's gonna paralyze somebody with that lick.
Yep. Alright, now to add a little bit of extra stuff here. We're gonna...
Ah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I also need to do that.
Yeah. Ooh.
And then...
You gonna add any shading?
Yep.
Oh, sure. Here it comes.
I'm gonna do it in like a blue-purple.
Look at this guy.
He's not my favorite, no siree.
Watching you shade is really interesting.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Why's that?
Because I don't know that I've, like, watched you shade too often. So seeing you do this thing, and I don't know if the iPad has this option, but I need to look.
What?
Oh, no, it doesn't have the...
It doesn't have the lasso fill.
No.
But,
I've worked around it.
Yeah.
So.
I'm being kind of sloppy.
Yeah, something about his eye doesn't look
This
quite
eye?
right. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I know what it is. It's that. Don't judge yet. actually don't like that much, so we're gonna get rid of it.
It doesn't match the other shading, so it looks a little bit out of place.
Yeah, I think we're gonna actually go for thinner, yeah. Let's come out more like that.
That guy, oh man. You know, it's funny because at first I thought the purple you picked was just not quite right.
No, it's right.
And now with that, it looks so much better. Just that small amount, it's wild to me. Ah! Dude, you're doing highlights too? You are overachiever.
Am I?
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Don't know how highlights made him look even more menacing.
Very carefully.
Sheesh.
And then one last thing. There we go.
Wow, look at that Haunter. Man, that guy's so cool looking. Look
Thank you. Isn't he fun?
He is super cool. Oh, man.
Alright.
Time to get disappointed.
Here we go.
Alright, so, Paris.
Honestly, not even talking about Pokemon, bugs in general are very complicated to draw, so I'm curious to see what you do with this.
Right? Well, we're about to.
Look at this. He's so cute! Look at him!
He's a little
guy. I'm excited to see what you do for his little mushrooms. William wants so badly to be an interrupting Nancy.
Fat up top. I think that looks better.
He looks a little short in his body now, though.
He's kind of meant to.
I have captured an interloper. You think you're so slick. Kitty's being a menace.
But he is a spider, or not a spider because he only has 6 legs. So he would technically count as an insect.
Right.
Apparently he has a little spot on the very underside of his belly.
Okay.
That is where his legs lie, according to pictures from the anime.
Interesting.
It's weird, and it doesn't look like it's would work that way at all, because that's not how bugs work.
Right. I mean, I guess I could see where his legs are supposed to be coming from, like, the center of his belly or something. But that still just seems very weird to me.
Alright. So I like Paris because of his little mushroominess.
Mm-hmm.
And,
he's a fun guy.
He's a fun guy. He's a fun little guy.
A good sport.
But one of the things is I also like other different kinds of mushrooms that there are. And I doodled one of Paris earlier, and it had the... You saw it. What kind of mushroom was that?
The one with, like, the lacy kind of look to them.
Yeah.
I forget what they're called, but I do really like them. Are you gonna show your sketch on screen?
Yeah, I can show it.
Honestly, bugs are really, really hard to draw.
This hand is a little bit too... Yeah, I think. Oh.
Well, he's... Yeah, I think if you shorten it, it would look better. Because
his hands are like a third of his size of his body.
Yeah.
So I think that...
I think he might still be a little bit too round, even. That looks better. Nice. Yeah, that looks a lot better.
Yeah. Alright. This little legs over down.
Right. Gotten pretty good at doing Pokemon style. Starting to figure out how the shapes work and stuff.
It's like he's supposed to have lines on his back. Don't...
It's because they're contour lines. You kind of like, if you look at them, they're following the actual curve of his body instead of just kind of being random.
Well, I'm not trying to make them random.
No, I know. I wasn't saying that you were. You're starting to get, like, these ones that you just did look really nice. Because they were looking more like contour lines. His head is a little... Pull up your reference again? Yeah, his head is a lot flatter than what you've drawn. His nose is bigger. But you got it pretty close, honestly.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
Okay. I think that's a decent sketch.
Yeah.
And we're gonna crank up stabilization.
Without color, he looks more like a pill bug than like a spider or something.
And I think he's not meant to be a spider. He doesn't have all of the
legs or anything. He's friend-shaped, babe.
He's friend-shaped?
Your Paris is. Got all these fun little circles and stuff to him.
Yeah. Paris is kind of friend-shaped.
A little bit.
Then he's got his big hackin' claw.
Yep. Singular claw.
I like to think of him as more of a little crab.
Right? Like a cross between a crab and some form of underground bug. Like a mite or something. Yeah, he's looking really good.
Make his nose. Doesn't really have a nose.
More of like a mouth mound. Are you gonna add his little mushrooms?
Yeah. I just wanted to get his legs in.
That makes sense.
Look at that little man.
He's a good little man.
Didn't do anything regarding hierarchy of mine in this, because why would I?
That's easy to fix. Just make your brush size a little bit bigger and go around the outside of your thing. And you're still learning. This is something that you're doing under a little bit of pressure since you're doing a live draw.
Yeah.
Considering, it's a bug.
Ugh.
He's come together pretty quickly.
Yeah, he's a little guy.
Yeah.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
Alright, now let's...
Hooray!
Hooray! Look at this little man.
He's good.
He is pretty good. He is huge.
He is huge. That's okay, you can resize him later if you need to.
Right?
I just find the concept of Paris really sad because he's cordyceps. He's a zombie bug.
I need to try and figure out the mushrooms.
The easiest way would probably be to be on a new layer when you do it. Stop going over there. Cats are going crazy. Is this Paris friend tipped up to look at us?
Oh, that's what I was just realizing. Very rounded.
That's a good mushroom shape. Look at that shape.
It's a rounded triangle.
Basically. A lot of drawing is just coming down to those cool shapes, though.
Yeah.
Oh no, why? I like that one. Look at these wiggly little shapes. Only shape. Head empty. You've also got a bit of your line going through one of your mushrooms.
Right? You drew and have some sloppy lines. Because this is just a quickie.
Yeah.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
Alright, now let's merge you down.
Are you gonna fix that one line before you merge it?
Oh, I didn't see that. Didn't even see that one.
Oh, okay. I mentioned it, but...
I thought you meant a different one. A different line. There's many lines here.
There are many much lines.
Time to look for colors. He is very orange.
Yeah, he's like a reddish orange. Actually, I would say that's straight up red. Pull your color further into the red, and then bring it down just a little bit in value. Try that. He's not a saturated red. Nice. It's a little bit too muted, I think. Go just slightly more saturated. That looks good. And then maybe just a tad more into the orange. That's a little too orange, I think. It depends on what their background is. Because in the first one you've got there, it's very orange. And a lot of these other ones, it's more purpley red. And that's because it's against a green background. One of the things that definitely helps me is not working on white. Because it can mess with how you're seeing your values and stuff. So I almost always have my paper color set to like a middle gray.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's nice that he's like all the same color though.
Right? Makes it easy.
Mm-hmm. Look at this silly man.
Silly man. You know, you don't need to make a new layer to do that. A little bit of blue. Blue. Yeah, I think that might be slightly more saturated than you want it. That's pretty close.
And yellow with very red. Look at this little guy.
Yeah. I would go, yeah, just a little bit darker than that.
What's that? That's more pale.
Yeah. I would go less gray with it. That looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah. That's looking real good.
Yeah.
Are you gonna shade him?
Yeah, I can try to shade him. I see you. Oh, because it's eraser. Oh boy.
Getting sleepy.
Apparently.
It's late. Look at that.
Yeah.
Good little man. Where's your light coming from?
That way.
I'll have to take some time to teach you how to figure out where your light source is coming from and how to follow forms. Your shapes have gotten a ton better. Smart, my babe. You've got good instincts here. This is looking really good.
His face is in the way.
His face is in the way?
Yeah. It's shadowing his little arm.
Hey. Think about this. I'm gonna give you a hint. Your mushrooms are going to cast some shadows as well, right?
Yep. I was thinking about that and I wanted to get in the main stuff first, so...
Yeah, because think of how your light is hitting everything else. It's hitting from the front and kind of above, right?
Yeah, because then it's going down here and it's hitting...
Yep, and it's also hitting there. So the way that you have your shadow going is as if it was hitting from full front instead of the side front. Does that make sense?
At which point?
The shadow that you just added underneath the mushrooms. That's not hitting the same way that your light is hitting your mushroom. Getting rid of that light source on the legs does help too. It makes it feel a little bit closer to what you want. But it's that farm mushroom that I'm talking about. But it's okay. This looks really good.
Look at this little guy.
He's a little guy.
He's a little guy.
He looks good.
Got a few fuckeries on him. Just a matter of coloring in the little spots that couldn't get.
I'm gonna fill in the little dots in his forehead too.
I just realized. It's like different colors.
They're holes.
They're just little bumps.
Yeah, so they're the same color, but they're shaded on one side.
I realized that they were bumps.
Yeah. He has pimples.
Fill in all those.
These have honestly been a lot of fun, so...
Woohoo!
Honestly, turning those into not full circles gave that so much more character.
Yeah, look at them. Now I recognize what happened.
What happened here?
I didn't fill in the eye.
Ah.
A shade color. I just kind of made the shade. What's going on with that?
What's going on with
Oh,
that?
I didn't write blue anymore.
Go to your view. Yeah.
What was it?
That's your color set. You want your color history. There you go.
This one?
It's one of those two. Probably the second one, because it goes back by the more recent you have it. So, like, yeah.
But technically, those would be given shadows. If they were...
Mm-hmm.
That's complicated.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain about your light source. They definitely would not be going that way.
If the light source is hitting it
From the front and a little above.
this way...
So you'd have a little bit behind the bump that was shaded, and on the side of the bump opposite of your light source. Honestly, that's all you really need is that side shaded, and that looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Look at that little man.
He looks good.
Yeah. What he doing?
He good.
Pretty good. There we go. Look at him.
He's really good.
Thank you. There, our first gen fave. Boom. Done.
Boom. Done.
Tune in next week for the exciting conclusion of Tier List.
Next week is the conclusion?
No.
We probably will have another one of these next week. Just so that we can kind of catch up on some of the official new versus pros, and
Yeah.
I hope that you all enjoyed, and we'll be back next time.
Yeah.
As always, I hope that you are taking care of yourselves, drink your water, and do what you can, and we'll see you next week.
See you then. Bye.
Bye!